Go time? Go time.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 4 of the Peter and Miles podcast. I'm Cody, that's RJ, and today we're going to be ranking all 10 of the not live action, just all 10 of the Spider-Man movies. We're not including the shitty Sony spin-offs, the villains. We're not doing that movie that came out in the 70s, and we're not doing the Asian Spider-Man. We're not doing none of that. We're going basically from 2002 to present that focus on the actual Spider-Man character. So, RJ, how you doing today, brother? How are you feeling about your list so far?
Pretty good. Made some changes recently to it, but yeah, I'm excited. You know, ever since Across the Spider-Verse come out, it's kind of altered. So as you know, future Spider-Man movies come out with like that revolve around Peter and Miles, it's gonna alter my list. So
yeah, let me tell you, man. No matter the Spider-Man movies are probably one of, if not the hardest franchise or character films to rank, because you're gonna piss some people off one way or another.
yeah,
It's just a matter of who and how bad you piss them off. And, oh my gosh, yeah. No matter whose list it is, there's gonna be some spicy takes. It's all a matter of comes down to a matter of preference and just what
that's
you
all
like.
it comes down to.
It's what the great Danny Watkins says. It's a matter of what you like and what you're into. So
Yeah, it's just your preference.
Yeah.
No list is the right list.
Sean Chandler says that. I love that when he says that.
Say that.
No, my list isn't the right list. It's just my list.
It's just my list.
And more people gotta understand that. It's like we're not saying this is the correct list. It's just opinionated. And the sooner people realize that, the
better the world would be, and the better safer it would be.
For real. Fuck. Man, people really get their panties in a bunch on it. Yeah,
they do.
All right. Well, we're gonna kick this. We're gonna jump right into this. So, number 10, RJ, what you got at number 10, bro? The worst Spider-Man movie. The worst Spider-Man movie for you.
TASM 2
first. Oh, TASM 2. You said
TASM 2. Yeah.
All right. Why is that?
Why? All right. Let's buckle up, people. I mean, when we eventually review the Spider-Man movies episode by episode, we take one movie at a time. I'll go more into depth with this, but this movie is absolute shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Look. I know all of a sudden since No Way Home came out, and I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but there's been a bunch of sea of people that are just like that love this movie because since No Way Home, and they just love TASM 2. We got some TASM 2. We got more TASM 2 defenders.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this movie's dog shit. I'm sorry, but it is. It's not a good movie. Does it have good Spider-Man movie, like not good Spider-Man moments in there? For sure. Like Andrew is phenomenal as Spider-Man. Emma Stone is phenomenal as Gwen Stacy. Those two are really the highlights of the movie. But with Aunt May stuff, like You're My Boy, that scene.
Yes. Yeah.
But the overarching plot is shit. It's terrible. I mean, we have too many things going on. And look, it's not as bad as people. I'll say this. I said it was shit, but like it's not downright fucking horrible, like like The Room would say, like that movie. But it's not good. Like the movie lacks focus for me.
Yeah.
And now if we were including like the Sony soul like villain movies, okay, this wouldn't be like the last place movie. But if we're just talking about strictly Spider-Man, it's the worst movie. It has good Spider-Man elements in it, but this stuff with Electro, I mean, I don't even know. They fixed his teeth. Like what fix it? Like, it was just so many ridiculous things happening. And then like Harry, not to mention they killed off Norman in the beginning of the movie. Like, and this stuff with Rhino's barely in the movie, and he's just a joke. And Green Goblin, like, I mean, like, he doesn't even deserve to be called Green Goblin. Call him Meth Goblin. But I mean, Dane DeHaan's fine as Harry. It's just that there's too many things going on for me in this movie, and I'll go more into depth with it when we review it. But it's a shit film.
Yeah, it's certainly not as bad as Morbius or Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, but I agree. It certainly lacks a lot of focus. I think it's very similar to Spider-Man 3. Certainly, I think we both agree that Spider-Man 3 is definitely better than this movie.
Yeah.
But they have similar problems. That's for sure.
They do. And my thing is this with TASM 2, the only good thing about it that's good is like Andrew was good, Emma Stone's good, the swinging scenes are good. That's about it. I just don't like. Every time I rewatch it, I find myself complaining. And then the gone scene. Oh my god, like that.
Oh yeah, worst song of all time. Oh
no,
Peter Parker's parents. Why the hell?
That's another thing. Thank you.
That.
You reminded me of that.
Yes.
Peter Parker's parents being involved in a Spider-Man movie is just stupid. Don't do it.
They're hardly ever focused upon in the comics, and it leads to nowhere. So it's leading to nowhere. Why are you bringing it into a film in two different films when it's not going to amount to any sort of amazing epiphany realization? It doesn't do anything.
I don't know why they did that.
It just drives me crazy. But another thing I will give this movie, Gwen Stacy's death, that was an amazing scene. I love that about this movie.
Yeah, that's another thing that's good. But the fact that here's my thing with this movie. I knew Gwen was gonna die from the amount of the amount of trailers they released for this movie. They released 4 or 5 trailers for this.
Yeah.
And they spoiled it in the movie to where not only with what she was wearing, because what she was wearing in the movie is identical to what she wears when she dies in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And they were showing Green Goblin at the end fighting Spider-Man, and she's there. So I'm like, you just spoiled the fucking movie there. I mean, I'm like, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. But the scene is the scene is executed well though. It is like that. Heartbreaking. I can't watch that scene.
Yeah, so I rewatched both of the TASM movies, not in preparation for this specifically, but just because I wanted to watch them.
Shit. And so you watched the second one. You're a better man than me. Jesus. I hope you had a beer.
Didn't we watch that together?
Oh yeah, we did.
RJ was intoxicated during that. Now I'm playing, but that leads me into my number 10. My number 10 is TASM 1.
Wait. What?
Yep. Upon my rewatched, so TASM 2 was my bottom movie, and when I rewatched TASM 1 and TASM 2, I like TASM 2 better.
You're joking, right? Like, are you serious? Like,
yeah, I'm joking. But yeah, TASM 2 is my bottom as well.
I was about to say that.
I was waiting to see if you would.
I was like, Cody, there's no way that you got the first movie.
But yeah, TASM 1 is not much higher. I'll say that.
Wow. Okay. I can't wait till we get to.
I don't like it.
You don't like TASM 1?
Nope.
We'll talk about it.
But yeah, pretty much everything we talked about from TASM 2 already. It's just very unfocused movie. Some of the most iconic Spider-Man villains, Rhino, Green Goblin, are very it's like a joke. I don't like Green Goblin is only introduced in like the last maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It makes no sense.
Meth Goblin, yeah.
And we're supposed to believe that Harry Osborn and Peter in this universe were supposedly childhood friends. I don't buy that chemistry. And I will say this, I did not really, the writing for Emma and Andrew in this movie, I think is leaps and bounds better than the first one. Like, I think they have way better chemistry and the writing's way better for their scenes in this movie. But
my only gripe with it is that it kind of go back and forth too much in this movie.
Yeah.
Like in the first, matter of fact, not even just this movie, like Taza as a whole, like the first one, okay, yeah, he rakes over at the end. And I get it, like that's Peter Parker's like thing, like he push you away and like to keep you safe and stuff, but then like he always comes back because he has like an inkling for that shit. And I get that. That's part of Spider-Man, but I guess it's just the way it was executed.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's always I do like the scene where he's like, how many times did you check up on me? He's like, well, once a day.
Well, once a day. maybe twice, maybe more. I did like that scene. I cracked up.
But yeah,
that was funny.
I mean, Spider-Man does have some decent, like you and I can safely say we enjoy watching every movie for the most part.
Yeah.
So, it's not a good movie, but
it's not.
You can still enjoy it for the shit that it is.
I'll put it to you this way: if I'm watching Tasm 2, there's probably nothing else on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like nothing else. Like, I'm not a big fan of the movie.
I'll probably watch it maybe once a year, if that.
When it came out, I tried so hard to like it, but then I just kept saying, "Nah, this movie shit."
Don't force it. Yeah.
Don't force it, man. Don't be a fanboy. Yeah, that's the worst thing.
All right, RJ, what's your number 9? I think I know what it is, though. I think I might know.
Spider-Man 3.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Go on. Go on. Let's hear it.
Yeah, he said, "Go on. What is it?" Spider-Man 3. You son of a bitch. Yeah, it is Spider-Man 3. Listen, I like this movie better than Tasm 2, obviously, but I enjoy this movie. Like, it's not a good movie, but it's not a completely shit movie. Like, it's in the middle. Spider-Man 3 is like in the middle of the pack for me. Like, there's more good elements in here than it has more good elements in that. Spider-Man 3 has more good elements in that film than Tasm 2 has more good elements. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, I like the Sandman stuff, even though it's a little bit retconned. Like, well, it is retconned, but it's just the way it's executed. It's a bit, it's all right, but I like that stuff. But see, this movie has Sony written all over it. Like,
yeah, really.
This is truly the start. Like, this movie is the start of Sony really just getting knee deep in Spider-Man. And they're like, yeah, we want to do this. We gotta sell toys. Yes, we gotta sell this shit. Like, and that is a perfect. When they put Venom in the movie, that right there, like, he does not belong in this movie. No. The only thing about Venom is just he's just cool in the movie. Like, the symbiote suit, I think it's a little overrated. It's okay, like, yeah, but because they should have went with the original design because it was comic accurate and it was awesome. But no, they decided to just make it seem like Peter's spray painted it with black. Like, that's basically what it is. But
pretty much
this movie, I can put it on and watch it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: out of the Raimi trilogy, you might be shocked by this. I rewatch it the most.
Yeah, that's actually
I
pretty
rewatch
interesting
it the
take.
most.
I wouldn't say it's a hot take. That's an interesting take.
I rewatch it the most, but I don't. I have it 9 on my ranking, and I have it like ranked last if I'm ranking the Raimi trilogy. But it's I remember when I first saw it, like this might come as a hot take, but the Bully Maguire stuff, it's funny, but it's stupid and it is ridiculous how it's in this movie. Like that's not Peter Parker. Like they made Peter Parker look like a pervert. Like
for real though.
like he look like he's like over here like yeah. Like what are you doing? Like bro, it's funny, but it's just not. And then okay, I want to wait. I want to save it until we like review the film.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirsten Dunst is MJ. My God, man, I don't know.
Oh man,
she is just freaking awful in this movie. Like it.
She is 90% of my gripes with this movie as a whole.
That's not a woman you bring home to mom. But the Harry stuff was stupid. Like why did they do that? Like it seemed like I kind of feel bad for Sam Raimi. I don't put this movie like I blame Sony for this, but they just made Harry like Harry doesn't really. To me, when I watch Spider-Man 3, Harry's story doesn't begin until the end, and then he dies. Like,
yeah,
like
his
arc in this movie doesn't begin until the end of the movie.
Yeah, and the amnesia,
that part, yeah,
amnesia is the laziest writing, plot device for me.
Movies, yeah,
it's so stupid, and it's only they make it so it's convenient for certain things to happen.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Harry miraculously becomes bad again when MJ doesn't want to be with him anymore, and just
and the thing is, like he becomes bad again, like as you said it, and then it's just him and Peter fight, and then he just pretty much he's like a mad Timothy at that point, and he just I don't know it, but I can watch it. I can watch Spider-Man 3, but we'll save it to when we review it. But
all right, so
I like the Sandman stuff. The Sandman stuff is a best.
Yeah. So number 9 for me is TASM 1. So this movie is literally the Walmart version of Spider-Man 2002, just way worse. It is not good at all.
What?
No, I'm serious.
He said it's the.
It is not good. It is written terribly. It's like, have you actually watched the scenes between Gwen Stacy and Peter in this movie? They just make like animal noises towards each other. It's so freaking weird. I know the chemistry is there, but the writing is absolutely horrible. And what Uncle Ben, I mean, he was cool, but really you had to go with Charlie Sheen's dad, Martin Sheen.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute.
Come on, man.
Martin Sheen was in The Departed. Okay, you put some respect on him.
Yeah,
okay?
He's fine, but as Uncle Ben, for real?
He was a good Uncle Ben.
Nah, he was aight. He got killed.
Good?
Okay, his death scene was absolutely. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I
don't disagree there.
Guy trips, drops his gun. Hey, gotta grab his gun. Oh, and then he dies. And then the whole the reason why he becomes Spider-Man stuff purely out of revenge. That should be a very brief part of his Spider-Man story.
I agree.
He really doesn't become an actual hero until way later. Not late, but like way later in the film for my liking. And I'm not like, people are probably going to call me an Andrew Garfield hater. I'm not. He, like RJ said, he is a great Spider-Man, but I did not like these two movies. People are like, I want TASM 3. Not me, though.
Yeah, I don't want TASM 3 either. Yeah, no. I agree.
Like, it is just, I don't know.
So, let's talk about this for a second. Okay, so you think that first off, Walmart. Okay, I do agree with some of your points. Like, to me, it is kind of like the Walmart's version of the first Spider-Man. Like, if you watch, I've done this before. If you watch the first Raimi film and you watched TASM 1 back to like side by side, like one after the other, TASM 1 is almost identical to Spider-Man 1 because there's a lot of stuff in there, like especially Uncle Ben's death. I mean, it's so close to being like
the villains. Both villains are like scientists who go mad and turn into green villains.
Yeah, like it's almost similar, and
they both Peters have like develop an early relationship with both of them, like a friendship, companionship with them too.
Yeah, yeah, it's very similar to each other, and in a very bad way. And it's not it's TASM's fault because they're trying to be. Sony was trying to be like, the first one.
It's weird. They were trying to do something so different,
but then they end up doing this, almost trying to do the same thing. Like,
if they just would have switched up a few things, they would have made all the difference in the long run. And this could have ranked way higher for me. But
what I would have done is that I would have had, okay, first off, don't make Uncle Ben an idiot before he dies. What I would have done is this. I would have let go of the revenge thing. That's always been 50-50 for me. A part of me likes that they made Peter like want revenge, but then he wasn't really Spider-Man, and he kind of was like this Cosmonaut Variety Hour made a video on this, and he kind of makes some good points on like Peter's kind of an asshole in this movie. Like, he's not really like he's like the scene where like he's fighting like the thugs and like the breaking the car scene, and then like that's not really Spider-Man. If you think about it, like he's just like, it's just weird. Like,
Cosmonaut makes a great point. He doesn't even do the hand thing. He's just like he like does something and it triggers the web.
Yeah, he just goes like he goes. He does like this throughout the movie, like like he's doing a dance. Like, it's not even. I was like, "Are you whipping? Like, what are you doing?" Like,
that's not Spider-Man for me. Nope. But anyways, that's my problem.
Also, okay, on the Peter and Gwen part, on the Peter and Gwen aspect, I see your point. Like, the chemistry is fine. The chemistry is good.
Yeah.
But the writing is a bit like, they do kind of like what?
I really want to know what was on the page. Like, did Andrew read it and be like, make sniffling noises and make growling noises and like what?
Yeah,
where was the direction coming from? Like, what did Mark Webb want them to do? What's he telling them?
This isn't a hot take, but I have a take that people are not gonna agree with amongst the Spider-Man community because they love Andrew and Gwen. I think, my personal opinion, I think Thomas and Dea have the best writing and the best chemistry. That's just me.
I don't disagree, man.
That's just me. I think that
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. That is the down bad truth right now. That is the truth.
Like, it's a down bad truth right now. Like, no. Andrew and Emma Stone are great. Like, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But like, some of the writing for them, especially in the first one, it's a bit like,
like, if you're talking just chemistry, I see what you're saying. But if you're talking about them overall as a couple throughout the duration of both movies, I'm like, not really.
Yeah, I gotta go with Thomas and Dea.
Yeah,
I think it's only gonna get. I think it's only gonna get better for them too, because like they got 4, Spider-Man 4, 5, 6, however many they make. I think it'll go from there. But I do like Andrew and Gwen. I mean, Andrew and Emma Stone. Like it, but I do see your point that like in the first one, like they're scratching their noses and like
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man, what is going on?
Yeah, like the second one made me feel more invested in their relationship.
And
But-
like, I get that they're first starting to talk and get in a relationship, but you could come up with some better ideas for some teenage awkwardness than that. That was just a little.
Because I think Thomas and they did the teenage awkwardness better because it's that's realistic, especially nowadays. Like freaking high school people like talk and that's like especially in Far From Home. Like we'll get to that in a bit, but like he's like trying to like sit down with her at the opera, and it's just like he doesn't know what to say. Like
like that was done really well.
Really well. Yeah,
I like that a lot. But
also the lizard is a terrible villain. In 2001, I don't like him as a villain. I could care less.
Yeah, and the motive is
yes. The motive is downright terrible. Okay, I'm sorry. No, he has the worst motive out of all the Spider-Man villains.
Yeah, like
worst motive.
Even Dane DeHaan says it in TASM 2. He's like, "What? Because you tried to turn the whole city into a bunch of giant lizards?" It sounds so ridiculous.
It's stupid. Like the motivation behind him is so bad. He just like he don't. Okay, why do you want to turn the whole city into lizards? Why do you want to do that? What's the purpose? What purpose does that serve? Like
exactly,
it's fucking stupid. Like it's ridiculous. I'm done talking about this movie, man.
This is why, and that's why it's. And I was actually, I know I was fooling you. I was contemplating putting it in last, but I didn't.
Wait, what?
I was. I really did not like it upon my most recent rewatch. I'm like, this is absolutely terrible. But
you were gonna rank it over.
I was gonna put it behind TASM 2, but then I was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. All right.
Also, I want to talk. Okay, before we move on, I want to talk about one more thing about Peter and TASM.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are like split on the whole skateboard stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm kind of in the middle, but I'm leaning towards more like why is it there? It doesn't add to the story. Him on a skateboard, like the only thing that it added is that they have like a scene of him just skateboarding and to a song.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Don't know why. Like the skateboard was not needed, and then like TASM 2, they just get rid of the skateboard. Like what?
Yeah, it's not there at all. So like, why have it in the first place?
Yeah,
I'm with you. I don't have any inherent problems with it, but
it's just like why? Why is it there? Like
it worked. Certainly, they decided against it in the next one. So
I was like, why did put it there in the first place? Damn it!
It's just not a traditional Peter Parker aspect you would insinuate with the character. Yeah, but TASM movies, bottom 2 for me.
Bottom 2.
I still love Andrew Garfield, but
yeah, we all do.
Number 8 for you, Mr. RJ.
TASM 1.
Okay.
I mean, we've already talked about it, so I guess we could just move on.
Yeah, let's move on. All right, my number 8 is Far From Home.
Okay.
I do like this movie a lot. I especially now that No Way Home is come and gone, it's made me appreciate Tom Holland a lot more. And it's just my only main issue is that it's not in New York City, but I've come to look over that a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where it gets to that point in my ranking where I will turn on any of these films at any given time because I enjoy them a lot. Yeah. But there's honestly, even right now, there's not many. Like I can't say anything more bad against this other than I forget the guy's name that's trying to get with MJ. What's his name?
Brad. That guy.
He's an annoying bastard, but
he really is. Like I don't even know why did I don't. Oh, okay.
But other than that, I can't really speak on too many negatives with this. Mysterio's great villain. Jake Gyllenhaal was awesome, and I love seeing because Mysterio is one of the most interesting villains to me, especially all that he can do with his illusion tech and just illusions in general. It was so cool to see that
agree.
with the screen. And I loved the whole storyline of like Peter trying to figure out what's real and what's not. And then
I love that. Yeah.
that really made him have to dig deep and get to know and use his spider sense because it wasn't working.
That illusion scene. Oh my god.
That is one of the most. That might even be like the moment where he finally channels his spider sense. That might be one of the coolest just sequences in like a final villain boss fight.
Yeah.
In all the movies. That was just so entertaining. And
I agree. Yeah.
Of course, it's got. We just talked about this the other day. The best post-credit scene
in any. To me, it's the best post-credit scene in any Marvel movie.
So
honestly, might be the best post-credit scene in comic book.
Yeah,
I think so.
I don't disagree because that was it was freaking good. I'm trying to think.
I remember seeing it in the theater. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Spider-Man?
I'm trying to think what else. No, there's not really any. Like I said, there's not really any more bad things. It's just the movies above it for me. I like to rewatch more, and I just enjoy more as a Spider-Man fan. It's not really much else to it, but the Elementals were kind of. I mean, I know they were needed for Mysterio to pull off his stunt, but
yeah,
they were all right. The Night Monkey suit, probably Tom's worst suit easily, but
pretty much, yeah.
Still understand why it's necessary. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I really have to say about it. So, see, year 7 now.
Far From Home.
Okay.
Pretty much, I agree with everything you said. I really enjoyed this movie. I think out of all Tom's movies, this one feels the less like Spider-Man. It feels like a Peter and MJ movie.
Yeah.
Like it's a Peter and MJ movie, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually like that about it. You get to know more about MJ, and I love Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. I really, really hope they bring him back. He absolutely stole the show for me in this movie. I don't like the Brad character. Couldn't stand him. I was like, dude, just get off the screen. Like, you have a punchable face. I don't even know why that was a side story. Like,
I don't know either. Like, he's taking pictures of Peter.
I don't know why they made that
with a babe. Like, what? Weirdo.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so I know people dislike the fact that it's not in New York. I get it. But at the same time, I kind of I'm in the middle with it. It doesn't bother me. Like, it didn't take me out of the movie when I saw it. Like, oh, hey, Spider-Man is not in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't take me out of it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love that this movie gave us the Ditko suit.
Yeah, I was gonna actually bring that up as a point next.
I love this suit. One of my favorite Spider-Man suits. Like, as we ranked the suits last week, but when I first saw it on screen, I was like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful." I know some people don't like the Iron Man stuff. Doesn't really bother me because I actually understand what they were doing, but don't mean to toot my own horn here. But it works for me. Fun when I first saw it, I actually had it like high in my ranking, recency bias, but I dropped it down. But it's a good Spider-Man like movie because they clearly you can tell like when after you see No Way Home, you can tell they were saving a lot for No Way Home, bro. They were saving it, bro.
What I love about this movie is that it tells a story of Peter. Okay, he finally has a vacation that he's looking forward to, that he just wants to have fun with his friends, but he can't even do that. He has to.
That's what I like about it, is that they're kind of like they're adding, they're paying off like Homecoming more when they're saying like, because in Homecoming, he wants to like just I mean, obviously in Homecoming it's different because he wants to be Spider-Man, but at the same time he does want to like hang out with his friends and go to a party and stuff. But in this, he actually just wants a vacation. And I think that's
after the events of Endgame and Infinity
after everything, like he did die, and I've seen people complain about that aspect of it. It's like, no, he first off, he died. He fought Thanos. He died, and he came back and fought Thanos again. I can understand why he wants just a break a little bit. Like,
Yeah, come on, man.
like Spider-Man fans are just freaking weird like that. Like relax, okay. But I actually do like that about the movie is that it's kind of a realistic take on the character, and that he does want to like just relax a bit, and he can't even do that because you got Nick Fury involved. Well, he was a Skrull, but you got Nick Fury involved, and he's got to do this, he's got to do missions, and he's got to work with Mysterio. But I absolutely love Mysterio in this movie. I really do hope they bring Jake Gyllenhaal back.
Yeah, because he's not technically dead.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah, I think he squirmed his way out somehow.
Yeah,
I hope so. Because I want to see him again, dude.
Yeah,
he's just great. I'd love to see him again. All right, is it my 7? Yeah. So I got Spider-Man 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over the first TASM movie. Wow.
Oh, easily, man.
Wow.
Okay. That TASM 1, it's a cheap fucking knockoff, man. It's a cheap knockoff. It is not good. It is not good.
It's a cheap fucking knockoff.
At least Spider-Man 3, they did something wicked new. Really new. They were thinking out of the box.
Just go on. Go. What's your point? Okay.
So this movie, it's a lot of childhood nostalgia for me. I will say that it's not all nostalgia. I do think it's not a great movie, but it is for what it's good for what it is. There's a lot of nice jokes in there.
That's
Sandman,
the problem.
Thomas Hayden Church did a great job as. I did not like how they retconned Uncle Ben's death. I didn't really like that. And come on, man. Why the hell would you bring in Topher Grace, the motherfucker from that 70s show, to play Eddie Brock? What? Why?
That 70s show.
This is probably the guiltiest pleasure movie I have ever. I don't really have a lot of good things to say. I just like this movie because it's freaking funny, and it's
yeah, no shit. Over TASM 1, no.
Oh, of course, yes, yeah.
We gotta debate this right now. Hold on a minute. No, wait.
What?
I'm just trying to figure out. Like, you said that Spider-Man 3, at least they did something new.
Yeah.
The thing about it is Spider-Man 3 is a studio movie. Like it's that studio written all over it. At least TASM 1, they're trying to do something different. I mean, like we said, they're trying to do something different, and yeah, we get it. And it ended up like the first movie, but
the exact same.
There's a vision. No, it's not. Okay, there's a vision in that movie. They're trying. Okay, you cannot sit here and tell me that Spider-Man 3 is a better movie than the first TASM movie. No.
I wouldn't say a better movie, but I enjoy it. No, listen to what I'm saying. I wouldn't say it's a better movie, but I enjoy it more than TASM 1, 100%.
I mean, that's fine. But to say that Spider-Man 3 was trying to do something different, that is just funny.
Yes, they were.
What were they trying to do different?
Everything. They brought in 3 massive villains.
That's the problem.
No, it's not. Actually, yeah, it is. But
exactly.
It's better than copy and pasting, but the file didn't completely paste it into TASM.
It can't be that if the company owns a character.
What?
It can't be plagiarizing if the company owns the character. Sony owns the character.
I said copy and pasting.
You said plagiarizing.
Whatever, copy and pasting.
Technically, they can do that.
You can technically plagiarize yourself. You can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why would you regurgitate pretty much the same exact storyline that you just told 10 years ago?
Okay, but hold on, wait, hold on. Let's back up a second here. Okay, hold on. Here's my thing. Okay, I'm no TASM, like the first TASM. Like I like it for what it is. I accept it. It's a fine movie, but it is a superior.
You're talking about the movie like it's a woman. It's a fine movie. It's a fine movie.
Well, I don't mean it like in that way, but it's okay. It's nothing. It's okay. Like it's not bad or it's great. It's just decent. It's good. But it is a Miles. It is pun intended. It is it is a much better movie than Spider-Man 3. I'm sorry, but it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like leaps and bounds. Yeah, I said it. Okay, like Spider-Man 3 is a meme.
Yeah.
That's the issue with it. It's a meme.
Yeah, it knows how to be funny, which TASM doesn't.
Does it though? It didn't become funny until the memes made it funny.
I laughed.
You did not laugh. No.
I was laughing.
No, before the memes even came out, I was like, what? What? This is ridiculous. Now I can watch it. Like, this movie is a meme movie. It's a Sony meme Spider-Man movie. That's what this is. I'll take one TASM 1 over the whole of Spider-Man 3.
That's a hot take, my friend.
But is it? Like, if that's a hot take, I would know like what.
That is a hot take in my book.
In your book is wrong, buddy. That ain't no hot take. This is straight up. TASM 1 is a leaps and bounds better movie than Spider-Man.
No, it's not. No.
Yes.
No, it's not.
You're just saying no, it's not. You can't even like. You're wrong. You're wrong.
So you're taking Charlie Sheen's grandfather and freaking the worst.
You said Charlie.
It's not a good movie.
First off, the only thing that you can really say about it is like the little bit of the Spider-Man quip stuff, and then the lizard. That's really the only thing you could shriek, and maybe the Gwen and and the Gwen and Peter stuff a little bit. Like,
and it's a copy and paste from the first Raimi movie.
Okay. Well,
that's a lot of reasons.
We're comparing it to Spider-Man 3, though. It is a better movie than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, but it's still like copy and paste. It's like stuff we've already seen before. We know this.
Don't
you know this, RJ.
Don't use Shamoon's saying, okay? Don't disrespect Shamoon's saying, okay? No. No, stop it. Stop, Cody, stop it. Stop this. Okay.
I think we're damn well to agree that
one is better than Spider-Man.
I think we can both just agree that I think you're wrong here.
You know what? I'm not wrong. I'm right. Okay.
We're moving on now.
Topic, okay. Yeah. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit.
All right. What number are we now?
What are you on now? 6?
You're 6.
Yeah. This is where it might get spicy. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I might get my head chopped off. Spider-Man 2.
Oh, that's actually not far from me.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is number 6. Listen, I have a love-hate relationship with Spider-Man 2. Do I think it's a good movie? Absolutely. It is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some Spider-Man stuff that I just don't like in it. Like some stuff with how he lost his powers. I just don't like it. Don't like how it's executed. I think it's kind of stupid in my opinion. Kirsten Dunst's MJ is something in this movie. She's like a soap opera character. Like,
I actually did have Spider-Man 2 at 6 too.
Yeah,
so yeah, both had it here. But yeah, go ahead.
Kirsten Dunst's MJ is like a soap opera character. I think Doc Ock is kind of like saves the movie for me. Like, but I do like it. Like, I love the movie, but I have my problems with it, my issues with it. I do think it's an overrated Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it like people are calling this movie like the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not that.
If you
Like
would have asked me that like 10 years ago, I would have said
maybe,
that
but
because I was
there's
blind.
been plenty of movies that are better. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, are we really saying this is better than The Dark Knight? No,
Yeah.
no. I'm sorry, no. But
If anything, what ruins this movie for me is Kirsten Dunst MJ, to be honest.
that and some like what they do with like Spider-Man in it, like with the whole losing power. I just think the way it's executed is just not good.
It's like it's like him losing his powers is like someone having erectile dysfunction or something. Like, oh, I can't get it up today. I can't thwip today. Like, what's going on? That's pretty much what it is. And then when Peter gets MJ back, where he's about to kiss her, I got my thwip back.
I got my Thwip back.
I got it back. It's weird. There's no like definitive thing. It's like if Peter's confidence or something is not in it, his powers aren't there. I don't know if he's like depressed or something. It's really weird. But even when he's like, okay, strong focus on what I want my powers back. He falls off a freaking skyscraper.
And then like this scene where like stuff is going on. Like there's a scene where somebody is getting beat up and he just looks and he just walks away. It's like that's not Spider-Man to me. And I just didn't like it. I mean, it's a good movie. Like it's an 8 out of 10. But it's an 8 out of 10. But you know, I do have my issues with it. I don't think that this is the best out of the Raimi trilogy.
Me neither.
I think it's
I think they get worse.
Yeah, pretty much. But Toby is still good at Spider-Man as always. One thing I will say, as much as I love Doc Ock, his plan is stupid too. Like he wants to have a fusion reactor, right? So like not only like what did he expect to have? Like what does he want? Like why? Like
yeah, like he was about to destroy by sucking all the people into his son.
Yeah, like bro, what are you doing? Like this is
what are you doing? Yeah,
this is fucking stupid. Like, but Alfred Molina is still freaking amazing as Doc Ock, though. But
yeah,
I feel like he steals a show in this movie. But
I
like the movie for what it is.
Yeah, I agree. One scene that I really do like is when he saves the little girl from the burning building. I love that scene. I thought it was
I love that scene. That's a good scene.
It's so good. Like I think
you had it at 6-2.
Yeah, actually, I did. I think at that moment, when he saw the kid getting mugged, I think he learned like, okay, yeah, I need to do better and not just watch this stuff happen. So,
I mean, he could have saved the kid in the process of thinking, but you know, whatever.
Yeah,
I get pissed off every time I see that scene. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Peter, this is not you. Okay, you need to help. Idiot.
So 6 is good. 5. Would you have a 5?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
Not like this movie is amazing.
Oh, that might be a hot take for some people.
I mean, I don't know why. I mean, this is where like it's you can switch like whatever. Like on a good day, it might be number 1. I don't know, but it's if that's a hot take for some people, then they're not giving respect to the other like great Spider movies that we've had in the past. But this movie is good. I love it. This has the heart of Spider-Man, like what it means to put on a mask, and it fully emphasizes on what like. Because Peter, maybe like, what if it was Harry that got bit? It could have been anybody. That's the point of Spider-Man, is that with great power comes great responsibility and all that stuff. Like, it could have been anybody that got bit. And this movie really emphasizes that.
Yep.
On Spider-Man can be anybody. And that's what I like about this movie. It gets the heart of Spider-Man, what it means to be Spider-Man, and it I love how this movie tackles the Miles haters. The scene where Miguel is telling him that he's not Spider-Man, that was done on purpose. That was done to people, to all the haters that hate on Miles and say that he's not Spider-Man and stuff.
Right.
And they just call him Miles Morales. That was done on purpose. That was the purpose of that scene. And basically saying like, no, Miles is Spider-Man. Like, he's not an anomaly. And that's what I love this movie for that. And I love how I call it the Civil War of Spider-Man.
Pretty much.
Like, whether you start with Miguel or Miles or whatever. But it gets, and you know, what does doing the right thing truly mean? And I like doing the right thing. Maybe that might be the wrong thing. You just never know. Like, I love how this movie touches upon that.
Yeah, I really had to, as soon as I saw this movie, I really had to sit. I sat in my car after I left the theater, and I was like just thinking for like 30 to 45 minutes. Just thinking, because it was a lot to process. This movie, there was so much going on. And yeah, I mean, I've only seen it twice. I can't wait till it comes up on streaming. I'm going to buy that instantly and just watch because some of it was a little confusing upon first watch, but then I kind of got it on the second. Just what the whole thing, the motives and like what was going on. But I loved that the way the Spot was tied in, like the guy who, like that. Everybody remembers who the guy who got hit by the bagel, and that the fact that Miles was trying to do the right thing by destroying Kingpin's collider, but he didn't know that the Spot or the guy, the scientist, was in there, and it essentially ruined his life. And he was definitely a villain of the week for a majority of this movie, but he's being set up to be an insane threat in Beyond the Spider-Verse, and I cannot wait to see what they do with him. And I also loved how Gwen was at the forefront as well.
I love that, how it starts out with her.
Yeah, she was like a co-lead pretty much.
Yeah, I love that.
I think some people say that this was like the cold open was like a slow burn. I didn't really see that. I thought it was fine.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
People need to be more open to slow burns.
Yeah, it's because people don't have patience. They have. I don't know what. It's weird. I don't know if it's because people were expecting to see Miles a lot sooner. That could be the case.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
I love the scene where Miles is, where he is he's putting like a hop. I forgot what he was eating, but he's like,
oh yeah, it was like an empanada or
like
something.
Am I going empanada or something like that? But he's like eating it, and he's like so Spider-Man. Oh, dude, that's so Spider-Man-y. Like he's like eating cracker jokes.
Or are you a Dalmatian?
I love that scene. Like right when he appeared on screen and he's like making jokes, I was instant smile on my face. Like I was just laughing.
As soon as that comes out on like streaming and stuff, we gotta get it and watch it. Just watch it.
Watch Party Online. That's what we gotta do.
Don't mention that motherfucker's name on here again.
Gotta cut that out. But you know what I meant. But
yeah.
But this movie it's just that good. I love it. It's one of the best sequels in comic book movie history.
I will give it this over.
Best, but it's one of.
Yeah, I will give it this over Into the Spider-Verse. Obviously, we both prefer Into better than Across. I think this movie does have better animation, so I will give it that.
Yeah, like I think Across will be like I'll rewatch Across more than Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
but I think Into the Spider-Verse is still a slightly better movie.
Yep, very much. It's very much so.
I just love the themes that they tackle with this film. It's just so good with the themes that surround Spider-Man, and they've tackled it. I love every single. I ate it up. It was just that good.
Yeah. Can't wait to see it again. All right, my number 5 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Really? Okay.
So
Okay. There's no wrong answer here when it comes to this.
yeah, we're in top 5 territory. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in top 5 territory. The first time I saw this movie, I wasn't a big fan. But as the years have gone on,
Toby Dick Rider. No, I'm playing.
yeah, that as much as the Toby bias is kind of dwindled, I've just fallen in love more and more with it as the years have gone by. Pretty much, I feel like each time that I watch it, I like it even more. I appreciate it more. Don't get me wrong; it's not the flashiest Spider-Man movie. It's not the most insane villain or the same insane visuals. It's just a traditional, like, entertaining Spider-Man story.
If you think about it, like it's the most grounded Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, and it's very focused on what it's out to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like Tom's Peter is essentially trying to continue getting missions with the Avengers, and he's not getting response back from Happy or Tony. And he's kind of like, what do I do with myself? He's still doing friendly neighborhood stuff. And then he tries to take on more as the movie goes on, and he kind of screws up a lot. And he gets the suit taken away from him, and he's kind of he had to have a change of mindset because he felt like without the suit he was nothing, and that's why one of the greatest lines from the movie is, if you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have it. And he really had to change his mindset. Like, no, the suit doesn't make me who I am. It's what I stand for. It's what I believe in. It's what I'm doing this for. And I don't know why it took my thick skull to get so many years to get that, but it did. I'm really glad I know it.
Toby Dick Rider.
Yeah. I'm just glad I understand it now, because I don't know if I didn't appreciate this movie, I'd probably off myself, bro. Because
Jesus, all right.
this is a freaking very good movie, and it's the fact that it's number 5. It's just how good Spider-Man movies are. That this is one of the best, and it's 5, still 5 for me.
My number 4.
Yep, you're number 4.
The first Raimi movie.
All right.
Yeah, this is my favorite out of the Raimi trilogy. I think it's the best out of the Raimi trilogy. I only have one complaint with this movie, and that is the Green Goblin suit looks like a Power Ranger. But other than that, that's really my only complaint. It is just so this is iconic, and that's the only reason why I have it like this high. It's just iconic. It started everything Spider-Man, like with regards to film, it started everything. Like it started with this movie. So I love this. I think the suit looks the best in this movie.
Yep, we talked about that last week.
It's just really, I love the rooftop scene between Spidey and Goblin. So where he's telling him like despite of everything you've done with them, eventually they will hate you, like that. And like that line of dialogue was so good. And like he says, he's like offering him like friendship and like working with him instead of just taking over. Like he's kind of like telling Peter like come to the dark side basically. But and he says the one thing that people love is to see a hero fall. Like I love that line of dialogue. Like it's so good. William Dafoe is Norman Osborn. He is Green Goblin. Do not cast a Norman Osborn again. Like don't do it. Okay.
No. He will never be replaced.
Willem Dafoe is the freaking man, dude. He is that guy. I love the swinging scenes in this movie. This is the only movie where I like Kirsten Dunst as MJ.
Yeah, I know, right? Tell me about it. She was actually pretty good.
Harry was awesome in this movie, and they really kick off his character into gear by the end of this movie and what he says to Peter about wanting revenge and stuff like that. But this movie has a lot of heart. It still holds up with rewatches. Yeah, obviously the memes have kind of made it like, more funny. You can't really take the movie seriously that much, but I love everything about this movie. It's just pure iconic, like most iconic Spider-Man film.
Yeah, it's this is what started it for me as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I was 4 years old when it came out, so I didn't see it in the theater, but I had it on damn near every day at home.
Yeah,
When
same.
I was 5 years old.
I would put it on, put it on. I would come home and put on my Spider-Man costume and just watch that movie all the time.
Yo, and I'd play the video games. I don't know if you played any of the games, but
I did. Yeah.
they were there. I loved them. They were so good, even though they're from PS1 and 2. But yeah, they were great. Toby's voice acting was terrible in them, but
was that actually him voice? Like, was he voicing?
Yeah, he did. And it was not good. Oh man, but yeah, 2002 Raimi. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. And I thought I was in the minority that liked that one better than 2 for the longest time.
Nah, I like it better than 2. I prefer it.
Yeah. All right, number 4 for me is Across the Spider-Verse. We already talked about that a little bit. But,
give your thoughts on it.
Visually, like probably the best visually pleasing Spider-Man movie, at least from out of the 2 animated ones. It is. I just love that we're actually. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Peter Parker, and you do as well. But I love seeing how many different variations of Spider-Man there are.
Yeah,
I mean, majority of them are Peter Parkers, but I love seeing the Miguel O'Hara's, the Gwen Stacy, the Miles Morales, Spider Punk, the Spider Gandu. I mean, Spider India.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, it's just cool to see. I mean, yeah, like I said, we love Peter Parker, but it's just cool to see all these different. And I love seeing Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider.
I wish we got more of him.
Yeah,
in the movie,
it was just little snippets, little from him. I wish we got. I think we will get more. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I love the way they use the cameos for like the canon events with like loved ones, especially mainly Uncle Ben. That was really cool to see. And the plot twist at the end, my gosh, dude. The spider that bit Miles, he was never meant to get bit by that spider because that's what it got blipped in through from the collider. And now that when Miles gets blipped to Earth 42, that Earth is without a Spider-Man. So it is darkness beyond recognition. And to see Aaron Davis, he's not the Prowler.
Yeah.
It's Miles. And when he had the braids and everything, I was like, yo, that's fucking nuts. And I love seeing...
He's like, I'm Miles Morales. I'm like, yo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the accent and everything. And I just love seeing Gwen and the old gang like gearing back up together to go and help out.
Yeah.
And I'm glad his dad didn't die. I'm glad they didn't kill off his dad.
Yeah, his dad's awesome, man. Don't kill off.
Yeah. The voice actor is great. The voice actor is great who plays his dad.
Yeah, he's in a show called Atlanta. He's really good in that. I forgot that guy's name. I think his name is Brian Tyree Henry, I think that's his name. Yeah.
So I had this question for the longest time, and I finally got the answer like about a month ago. It was, okay, his dad's last name is Davis, but Miles' last name is Morales.
Yeah.
Why is that? But you know why his last name is Morales, right?
I've heard like why they did it, but I don't know like for sure. Like
it's like, I guess because the Davis name was associated with like a bunch of crime and stuff.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think Miles likes to balance out like his heritage. So like,
yeah,
so that's why he did that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I thought it was interesting, but I was like, yeah, why is his last name not Davis?
Yeah, it's pretty cool to me. Yeah.
But yeah, so both of us have Into the Spider-Verse ranked higher than Across the Spider-Verse. Don't know if that's a hot take or not, but
apparently nowadays it is because I don't know.
Honestly, I just think it's recency bias. unless you have some actual reasonings, I think it's recency bias. If you have it,
Yeah.
like you better provide some concrete explanations, or else,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think you're full of shit.
You're full of shit.
All right, we're winding down. I think we're on number 3, right?
Yeah.
Number 3.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, wow! Now
Yeah.
I know what your number 2 and 1 is.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's obvious. Come on.
So Into the Spider-Verse number 2. All right.
This movie I'm gonna say something to. This is right after I first watched it. I used to think this movie was overrated a little bit. I liked it, but now I love it and I appreciate it more because I gave it like some more rewatches and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is a damn good movie. Like,
So it's pretty much like my interactions with Homecoming.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like, I liked it with when Into Spider-Verse first came out, but I just didn't love it like everybody else did. But then I
Right.
rewatched it some more time. I was like, okay, this is a damn good Spider-Man movie. But this movie, I love what I think separates this movie from the others is the identity and the mask. Like, it really focuses on like the mask as like a symbol of hope with Spider-Man and stuff. And they do that with Miles's Peter, like his Earth Peter when he dies and stuff. And they're all like wearing like the mask and like support and stuff. And like that, I love that about the movie. I love the final fight. I love how Miles is not good at Spider-Man yet until like the end of this movie. Like, he struggles a lot throughout the film, and they had to like, and that really puts him down and stuff, and he thinks that he can't do it. But I love the "What's Up Danger" scene where he like fully kicks in and he like puts the hoodie on and the camera zooms on his face, and that he puts a mask on. Oh no, I love that.
Good.
I love that scene. I love the final fight scene where he's like fighting Kingpin. I love that scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great fight scene.
The soundtrack is so freaking good, man.
This is the best. This movie has the best Spider-Man soundtrack.
Yeah.
I want them to incorporate soundtracks like this in like live action. Like,
yeah, I think they should too.
Don't just do it for anime movies. Do it for live action too. Like,
so the song that I think hits me the most in that movie is when Miles gets home late at night and his parents are like, "What are you doing here?" and stuff, and he goes to bed. And I'm not scared of the dark. And Peter Parker, the superhero known as Spider-Man, has died. And that song kicks in, and it gets me in the feels because I don't know, Ty Dolla $ign, he's got a damn good voice.
Yeah.
And just hearing MJ's speech with him singing the song in the background, I'm like, shit, man. It gets me emotional. It tears me up. I'm gonna be
Who sing that song again?
Ty Dolla $ign, Lil Wayne, and XXX Tentacion, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's. I think that might be my favorite song in the whole soundtrack. I think it's really good. But yeah,
I think mine is like Sunflower. Mine is Sunflower.
My dad loves
I love
that song
Sunflower.
so much.
That's a good song.
My dad loves that song.
Your dad loves the song? Really?
Yeah, that's like his favorite song.
Really? I did not know that.
So he just saw Spider-Verse for the first time too, but he listened to Sunflower way earlier, and he even likes that song by Juice WRLD that's in the soundtrack too.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I didn't know your dad listens to rap music. Wait.
I just found out a few months ago. I'm like, bro,
what else does he like? Hold on. Forget Spider-Man first. Like, I didn't know what Papa Brian likes. Hold on.
He likes Post Malone. That's pretty much it.
That's it? Okay.
Like modern rap. He's other than that, he's a pretty classical guy. Like classical.
Does he listen to old school rap?
No.
So, wow. So, old head listens to newer rap rather than old rap.
He listens to like a variety of different stuff, but he only listens to Post Malone. I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny, bro.
Just big man.
Yo, that's funny.
All right, is it my number 3?
When I see your dad, man, I want to mess with him about that.
What's up with this Post Malone, man?
That's
All right, so my number 3 is Spider-Man 2002. Talked about it pretty much already. It's just the movie. This is literally the first piece of like. It wasn't a comic book that I saw or read. It was this movie that got me into Spider-Man. So it'll always be in my top 5, no matter how many Spider-Man movies they make for the rest of the time that I'm alive. This will absolutely, I think, always be in there for me.
Yeah.
Not even just for the nostalgia purposes. It's so many good actors, I think, in this movie. And like you said, it is very cheesy as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the CGI doesn't hold up to today's standards, obviously, because that movie was made in 2002. And I think it's pretty good CGI for 2002.
Yeah.
And it's just a classic Spider-Man story. I mean, Green Goblin's probably my favorite Spider-Man villain, if I'm being honest. And you'll see why that's my number 1 movie, not just because of the villain, but yeah, the Green Goblin is and Willem Dafoe. See, I love villains that scare me, and the Green Goblin probably scares me more than Venom, if I'm being honest. That might be a hot take, but I think the Green Goblin,
think it's because it's Dafoe, man. Like,
well, even in the 90s animated series, that Green Goblin scared.
He's scary too. Yeah.
So
yeah, that one's pretty scary.
Yeah, dude, the Goblin is just. I'd if I'm heading down a dark alley, and I see one with the Goblin and one with Venom. Actually, I don't know. I'd be scared of both.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in that situation. But also, we can't forget about the fight scene in the movie, the final fight scene.
Yeah,
like I love the fight, like the firefight scene in the apartment fire. I love that scene. Like when Goblin's like, "Are you in or are you out?"
Yeah,
he's like, "Wrong answer," and they're fighting. No one says no to me. Like,
dude, he's got like the rasp in his voice that he's so good at.
And then the final fight scene, that was a brutal fight. Like the one thing I love is that their fights with Spider-Man and Green Goblin are brutal, and I love it. Like
they always are.
They are brutal.
Because they're personal. They get really personal.
Like this one was personal. No Way Home, both fights are personal.
Mm-hmm.
But this right here, like it was like you could hear nothing. Like they're fighting. Like and like all you hear like is the effects, and I love it. I ate it up, man. I love that fight scene.
And I feel like they're made with the most heart too.
Yeah.
Like, the Peters really have to dig deep. So good.
Except Tom Spider-Man, he just said, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch."
Like, yeah, he was ready, and that's why I love Toby. We'll talk about this in a minute, but that's why I love Toby had to step in and be like, "I was in your spot once, man. I was beating Goblin's ass. And I nearly could have killed him as well." So.
Yeah.
Number 2 for you, RJ.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
It's a good
this
take.
Movie. I rewatched this out of all Tom's Spider-Man movies. Out of Tom's Spider-Man movies, I rewatched this the most.
More than Homecoming or Far From or No Way Home?
Well, the reason why I rewatch it more than No Way Home is because the Aunt May death scene, like I get emotional every time I watch it. So I just skip it. So, but I'll talk about it more when we get to you're obviously my number 1, but I love Homecoming. It's first and foremost Michael Keaton as Adrian Toomes is fucking phenomenal. He's a great villain, man. The thing that I love is that the interactions with him and Peter, and where we can't forget about the car scene.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
So
Like,
damn good.
I remember when I first saw it, the audience was like, "What?" Like when we found out that he was Liz's dad, and
That was the biggest plot twist I did not see coming.
that's a great plot twist, and how they
You
did
wouldn't
that.
think about it.
Yeah.
Light skinned girl, white as fuck dad. I wouldn't expected it.
I would have expected it. I mean, it's just how they did that, and it was so great. Like it was just like he opens the door, and Peter's face is like, like Peter's face. Oh, bro, I love that. Like,
and he's like, "You must be Peter."
You must be Peter. Like,
I think Keaton plays Adrian Toomes Vulture better than Batman. If I'm being honest.
Oh, I agree. I
Yeah.
actually agree 100%. But the thing that Vulture does is that he's not like a out and out like clear cutthroat villain. Like
Right.
he has, and I know people are gonna bring up with the Iron Man stuff. Iron Man is a plot device in this movie.
Yep.
To show how Iron Man is a dick. Like he's a good guy, but he's also a dick, and this is his dick side. So pause, but like cut that out. But no, this is his asshole side. Cut that out, Cody. But this is his asshole side. But oh man, please. This, why did I say that, bro? Hey, yo. This is his asshole side, to where this is where a guy like Tony Stark creates enemies, and Vulture. I'm gonna be honest. I understand why he's doing it. It might be a hot take to some people, but I understand why he's stealing weapons and selling them on the market in Homecoming. I get it why he's doing it.
Yeah, but like when you're looking at it from Peter's side, it's like you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But
But I agree with Peter, because like if that stuff gets in the wrong hands, yeah, like we're gonna have much bigger problems. But I get why Adrian Toomes is doing it. But also I'm on Peter's side. But I love the scene to where like he like when they show where he cannot be, or Peter, he can't do the things that a teenager should be doing because he's Spider-Man, and like he has to skip out on the party, he has to skip out on the decathlon, he has to skip out on the pool party the night before the decathlon. Like he can't do that, and I love how they show that. Like this is the first movie in my where like they really go all in with that, to where like he can't like do social stuff. Like he can't hang out with his friends. Like he can't do that shit. And I love this scene to where like he has to skip out on the homecoming dance. And I feel bad for Liz in that scene. Like,
yeah,
she like what is going on? And then like you got MJ, she's looking like what is he up to? Like, and he goes to see Vulture. I love when Vulture's saying, and he's telling him like guys like us, like we have to fight. Like guys like Stark, you don't have to fight. And Adrian Toomes is right. Like no matter we may love Iron Man, but that's the truth. That's the
Vulture kind of had his own John Kreese moment.
He kind of like that's what I like. Like it's kind of like it kind of is like Kreese and like Kreese talking to like Robbie or Johnny and like Cobra Kai. Like it kind of is like that, to where Vulture's telling Peter, like the only difference is like Vulture's not manipulating a little. He's basically is telling Peter the truth. Like that line, like he doesn't want to hurt. He likes Peter. He doesn't want to hurt Peter. And I love that about the movie, that the relationship between Vulture and Peter. I liked it.
Vulture's like the most relatable villain.
He is.
He's just, I can sympathize him way more than many of the others. I mean, I would probably say him and Sandman, Molina's Doc Ock, and I guess Sandman. But honestly, I'd put Vulture as the most I would sympathize with. He's just trying to do what every other American man is trying to do in this country is try to support your family.
Yeah, even though it is illegal, like what he's
Yeah.
doing, but I get why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a hot take to some, but whatever. Hot take is so overused. But that's my number 2.
No.
We can't forget about the rebel scene.
Yeah. Yep. The best scene in the whole movie.
In the whole, other than the Ultra scene, of course, but that scene right there, like he's like, "Come on, Spider-Man!" Oh, I freaking love it.
Yep. Lifts up the rubble. That's when Tom finally realizes, I don't need that suit.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be Spider-Man. It's all about what I'm fighting for, what I'm fighting for, who I'm fighting for, and not letting anything or anybody hold any limitations on me.
Yeah.
So,
what's your number 2?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
I was late to the party seeing this movie. I saw it in like 2019, even though it came out in 2018. And this was at like the heart of my Tobey Maguire fanboyisms, and I was actually surprised at how much I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Toby Dick Ryder,
for real, dude. I had a problem. But yeah, I mean, we went into this already. It's just a great Spider-Man story. I do like it more than Across, mostly because Across I feel like it's part 1 of 2. And Across, I love that it's a nice origin. It's a lot more simplified story, whereas Across is a lot more chaotic and a lot more stuff going down. Sometimes less is more for me, at least.
I agree.
And I just like the Into the Spider-Verse story a little bit more.
I agree.
And that's why it's only 2 spots away from Across. But there's just certain elements. I love Peter B. Parker. He's probably my favorite character in the Spider-Verse movies.
Okay.
And that's might be another little reason why this is a little higher, because we don't get much of him in Across. But
Cody, you do have a problem. No, I'm playing.
But yeah, it's a damn near perfect movie. Pretty damn perfect.
I agree.
And it's not just a damn near perfect movie. It's just one of my favorite Spider-Man. Number 2. It's a runner-up.
Yeah,
right up there. So yeah, we've made it to our number 1, and RJ and I both agree that No Way Home is the best and our favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to review.
You could go first.
So, what else is there to say? This movie was a pipe dream for the longest time for Spider-Man fans, young and old. I feel like I'm telling a freaking philosophy lesson right now. This movie, like I just said, this movie was we didn't think this movie would ever happen, and I just love how it's like fan servicey moments, but they made them feel organic in the way they brought in Molina, Jamie Foxx, Defoe, and all those cats. There's not really much to say. I just loved every moment of it. I'll probably chime more into your conversations, but
I think the best thing to say is that start with is the experience going into this movie and how I remember that day where all the scoopers were saying that Toby and Andrew were in this movie and the internet just went freaking nuts. Like everybody was coming back and like all the villains, like the hype for No Way Home. Secret Wars, maybe like that might like be like eclipse it, but the hype for No Way Home was just so memorable. Every day we were getting like stuff like set photos were coming out, even like just news, like people like just talking about it, and it's how I met you and stuff. This movie is special.
Literally, we'll give you guys a little backstory. The Chosen One, Jacob's live stream for the first trailer for this movie was when I met this man for the first time. So obviously Cobra Kai has been a big part of of us staying connected and stuff, but this movie started it all right here. Started it all.
I remember that first trailer and just the we gotta like, even before like August, like when they released the trailer that month, there was so much like people saying, when's the first trailer gonna come out? When is that gonna come out? Like, you go and look at Sony posts when they would post on their Instagram about like random movies, and people in the comment section were saying, where's the No Way Home trailer? Where's the No Way Home trailer? Like, it was crazy. Like, it was madness. Like, it was just so funny. Like, every day we were like, all right, when's the trailer dropping? Like, when's the trailer dropping? Like, what's going on? And then I remember like CinemaCon was doing something, and we're just waiting for that trailer to come out, and we're like, I just remember like TCK saying, like, a good buddy of ours, he was saying, it's out, and then we were on a live stream, and then we're like, oh my god, and then we're like just watching it, like that trailer was just amazing, man. And then I was like, this is happening. Like, it's like you got the Goblin bomb, like the pumpkin bomb, and then like Alfred Molina Stargog saying Peter. Like, yo, bro, this is nuts. Like, yo, it's happening. And then like we watched like it. The second trailer happened, and it was just like crazy. Like I remember like after it dropped, we stayed up to like freaking 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning talking about it. Like, we were just like so hyped up, like theorizing. Like it was just, I'll go back in time and experience that any day. Like, it was amazing.
It's a fun stream to go and rewatch.
I love it. Then when the movie came out, like my theater experience, like just seeing so many like Spider-Man fans and what Spider-Man has done for like just the world and, you know, pop culture. I just think there's no other character like him. And No Way Home just further proves that, where you're in a room full of people and that share the same passion as you and that in love for a character. You know, I remember like wearing my Spider-Man shirt and my jacket and just full on like a damn nerd, like a Spider-Man fanatic. But that's what I am. Like, that's why we're doing this podcast. But I go with my friends and they're just sharing that experience, and the crowd just went nuts on certain aspect of film, and that's just what filmmaking is about. And it's not just about Spider-Man, just what filmmaking and pop culture, movies, the theater experience, and like that's like it's just really amazing. And you know, I think the loudest cheer was when in my theater was when. Wait, what'd you say?
No, I was gonna say that's another reason why we're doing it. Because we love
hear what you said.
We love films too. But no, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. So it's just I remember like just watching No Way Home and never thinking this movie would be made, like with Toby, Andrew, and Tom, and I just like shed a tear, like just crying, and just so many moments where I cheered, I cried during Aunt May's death. Oh my god, I can't watch that scene. Like it just makes me like bawl every time. But like the scene, like with the stuff with, and the thing about this movie. I love the Toby, Andrew, and Tom stuff, but that's not even like my favorite aspect of the film.
We were saying this the other day, like that they're not. It's great, but
it's awesome.
Damn good if they were not even in it.
Yeah, that's my like. If they weren't even in the movie, it would still be damn good. Like my favorite aspect of the film is Tom and Dafoe, and they're like, and how they share the screen. Like I love every scene with Tom and Dafoe, and I just love how they like Dafoe freaking just steals the scene. Like he just steals it every time. And the spider sense scene, and I just remember like after the movie was over, like I just spent like a whole like 30 minutes, 45 minutes talking to like some people like about the movie and stuff, and why we love Spider-Man as a character. Like a group of us were like talking about it. It was amazing.
You were talking to him at the theater about it?
Yeah, so basically, I went with my friends. I went with 3 of my friends. one of them you met Michael. And after the movie was over, we were talking to like some other people about it for like a good like 20-30 minutes about the film. Like, other people that were in the audience, like just talking about it. It was amazing. But can't forget about that final fight scene. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love when Tom Spider-Man says, "No, I just want to kill you myself." I was like, there we go. Thank you. I remember like watching that. Like I'm looking at his like the scene, the camera pans to his face, and he's just like looking at him like this. Like, oh shit, here we go, man. And then like he says the line, I was like, yo, let's go, bro. Like it was amazing. I loved it.
Dude, yeah, he like that final fight is nuts. The fact that he literally power bombed the Goblin was freaking insane. Like he literally picked him up, like slammed him to the ground. And I love that Toby was the one to kind of bring him back to the light. And they almost killed my man Toby. I thought they were gonna kill Toby for a second. I'm glad they didn't.
My theater, it was like, no, like fuck you. Like somebody like they're like my theater, like I saw this opening night, so like my theater went fucking nuts. Like when he stabbed Toby, like what am I? They're like, oh! And then somebody in the theater was like, "Fuck you, no!" I think like somebody next to me was like saying like, "You better kill him now!" Like,
you better kill him now.
He's got to go. Like, but there were just so many moments where I like just teared up. And when Tom said goodbye to like MJ and Ned and like Zendaya, like her acting in that scene, oh my god! Like when she's like, "There's got to be another way," and like she's like, "I'm like, bro, this is getting no like."
Dude, yeah, the coffee shop scene at the end, it might be one of my favorites too. Like shit.
Yeah. And like he's
so freaking sad. Those parts get me the most too.
Yeah. And he's like holding back tears.
Yeah.
And the scene where he goes to see Aunt May and then
Happy. Oh, stop,
dude,
man.
Like, bro,
stop it.
This movie has so many emotions. Like it just makes like you have so many like smiling moments, like happy moments, and then like you can just cry like 10 minutes later. Like it's just that good of like it's got sad moments and happy moments. Like it's just
when he sees
like,
Happy at the gravesite, when he says, "How'd you know her?" I'm like,
you gotta be kidding me. Like, stop it, John Watts. Like
he is too damn good. Everybody's too damn
like
good.
You know what you're doing, John, but like, and then the scene where he is going to his apartment and he's looking at it and he's kind of like forcing a smile, like, and Peter's kind of like, that scene was sad. And like, you got the like freaking Palpatine, like Lego and stuff. And this is probably like this scene got me real good. Like I remember like my friend asking me, like my friend Michael, he was like, "You okay?" Like I was like, "Oh fuck, man, I can't, oh, man." Like dude, like, and then the final swing suit. You knew I was going there. The final swing, that I bawled. Like I was like I was smiling and crying. I'm about to cry just talking about it, man. Like that. I was like,
that's why I'm finishing the movie after this podcast. I'm finishing it, but I'm at the Aunt May death scene though, so I have to
mute that. Like, I can't watch that. It's so sad. But no, when they shot my boy and he couldn't properly say goodbye. You freaking feds! Like,
yeah, that was messed up. He should
damage control.
Should have taken the body with him.
Yeah, like goddamn. I thought he was going to at first, like.
Yeah,
but that is so like the score that plays in that scene, and he's like, "May, would you look at me, please?" Like he is like, and he kisses her on the head. He's like, I'm sorry," and he's like shaking. I was like, "Bro, like this is happening." Like
And then like right after that, the piano that plays, and then you got Jonah Jameson monologuing.
I gotta say, I love J. Jonah Jameson, but in this movie, they make you hate him in this movie.
He's an asshole.
He's an asshole, bro. He's a dick, bro. I was like, man, shut up, like, please, like, oh man, like it, like they turn it up a notch with like the Spider-Man stuff and this, like how much he just, I'm like, you are a dick, bro. Like, but the final scene where he is swinging through New York, Rockefeller Center, in that snow with that beautiful, beautiful suit, that I just smiled and cried. It was just, I don't think like there's no movie that got me feeling like that. I'll say no comic book movie. Actually, I can't take that back. Dark Knight Rises made me cry too. But yeah, that movie got me, man. That, don't care what anybody says about that movie. You know,
yeah, Mr. Watkins.
Mr. Watkins. but I love No Way Home. Best Spider-Man movie for me.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to top. I think, like you said, one that could, like, I mean, the next trilogy could top it, but and maybe even like Secret Wars. You know, who knows what's going to go on with that? That's going to be
we're talking about like hype, right? Yeah, like I mean, obviously, like the Spider-Man movies are going to get hyped regardless because like Far From Home made $1 billion before, like that made $1 billion, and that didn't have like the rest of it. But Spider-Man 4, like that's going to be interesting. We obviously can't wait for that, but No Way Home, that movie made me feel like, I was like, man, it's like, yes,
I'm gonna remember that theater experience forever.
Oh yeah, it's the best theater experience that I've had,
and I'm gutted because I only saw that once in the theater.
I saw it 3 times in the theater.
I wish I went back, but I still got that one time, and I'm gonna hold on to that forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our ranking. We talked about that one for a while, and rightfully so,
because it's the best, man. Like it's man.
All right, we're gonna run through our final rankings. I'll go first. So at number 10, I had TASM 2. Number 9, the first TASM. That's the right spot for it. At number 8, I had Far From Home. And number 7, Spider-Man 3. That is better than TASM 1.
No, it's not.
6, I had Spider-Man 2, the Raimi Spider-Man 2. Number 5, I had Homecoming. 4, Across the Spider-Verse. 3, Spider-Man 2002. And number 2, Into the Spider-Verse. And number 1, No Way Home.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't listen to that blasphemy that this person next to me thinks that Spider-Man 3 is better than the first TASM. It's not.
All right, put in the comments what
debate stream
like
that.
Better? What better movie do you like better, TASM 1 or Spider-Man 3? Let us know which one you prefer.
You know what? We're gonna pull a poll on Instagram.
Yes.
Poll on Instagram.
Do it.
Both poll on Instagram. That's what we're doing. We're gonna have a debate stream about this because I've had enough. No, we're fighting for this. No, screw this. Okay. TASM 1 is better. And you know it. And you know it. TASM 1 is better than Spider-Man 3.
As a movie, yes, but I enjoy it more. I enjoy 3 more.
So you mean I was right? Okay, I'm gonna run.
No, you ain't right about shit. You ain't right about shit.
I'm gonna go to my list. Okay, thank you very much. Number 10, TASM 2. Number 9, Spider-Man 3. Number 8, the first TASM. 7, Far From Home. 6, Spider-Man 2. 5, Across the Spider-Verse. 4, the first Raimi film. 3, Into the Spider-Verse. 2, Homecoming. And number 1, No Way Home. And that is our rankings, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, buddy. I think next episode we could potentially do a review of one of the movies.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless we think of another idea, which is definitely possible.
Or we can rank the villains. You never know. That's coming up.
I think the villains would be a good show.
There might be some hot takes in that one too.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot.
Because I got some. Yeah, I got some, bro. I got some.
I think we'll both have the same
Green
top
Goblin
one
as number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode number 4. That was our ranking of all the Spider-Man movies, all 10 of them. We just ranked all the suits. If you missed that one in the previous episode, we've also talked about the disaster that is coming with the new Craven film in previous episodes. We've also talked about the game and what we want to see in the next game that's coming up. So, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Be sure to check out the previous ones if you haven't already. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep thwipping.
No, nothing can shake me now.